What's going on, people? Who's Tunde here? Welcome to another episode of Afrobeats Weekly, your podcast about African music on the continent and the diaspora. We're back again. Shout out to you and yours. Thank you for listening, wherever you're listening from. Shout out Molaja on this one. I know you've seen the title of the podcast. I am going to come and rush to click it. Shout out to you. This is the Wizkid FC edition. I know you guys want to, hear our thoughts on this. But before we get into today's episode, I need you guys to please rate and review this episode. Yes, you listening to me right now. Click it, rate. It helps us grow, helps us get noticed. So if you're listening from your favorite app right now, just leave that 5-star comments and suggestions. We'd really appreciate it. And on today's episode of Afrobeats Weekly, we will be discussing the highly anticipated More Love, Less Ego album from Wizkid. We've also got that Vector's Teslim on deck. We'll let you know our thoughts in a bit. We're also taking a trip to Ghana for that Sarkodie album. And as usual, we've got new songs, Spotlight of the Week, Turntable Chats, Eliminate, and all that other good stuff. And on the pod with me is my G Show.
What up?
Good? How far now?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I did, man. How far now?
How's your week, man?
Bro.
Oh, man, we're good. We're all right. You had a stressful day.
What have you been jamming?
It's okay. Yo, so besides jamming, a whole lot of, new music, dope albums. I'm gonna, when we dive into it, you're gonna understand which one of those albums
you really sat down with to bring out your pen and paper to digest.
I made it, and so one album is gonna shock you that I don't mess with it at all. So we're gonna see. All
right, let's go. You guys, no fan mail this week, so don't forget to send us messages at fanmail@afrobeatspod.com. That's fanmail at afrobeatspod.com. So let's start off with this topic that's been making the rounds on my TL about Yoruba tax. I don't know if you saw it, but for people that didn't see it, it's just a topic basically saying Yoruba entertainers are favored in Lagos, like musicians. So I just wanted to touch on it briefly. So my opinion on this is, I think, yes, there's Yoruba tax. Yes, there's favorism. Yes, there's privilege. But that is the way the world works. Period. Beautiful girls get favored. As long as get favored. So these things exist everywhere. But people trying to push this agenda that if you're not Yoruba, you can't blow in Lagos, you can't blow. They're just being insecure and ignorant. Especially because you can point to countless people that have blown in this Lagos that are not Yoruba and have no Yoruba tax whatsoever. I feel like if the entertainment capital in Nigeria was in the north, trust me, there will be nothing tax. But again, as I always say on this show, if your music bangs, people will bump it, tax or not, and it's as simple as that. The problem, I think, on a large aspect is the way the music ecosystem works in here. You have to be in Lagos for promo. There's nothing you can do about it because you have to be in these people's faces. You have to be on radio. You have to be in the nightlife for people to see you and say, "Oh, this guy is still relevant." That's just how it works. So until the entertainment industry has leg in different states, the state with the most power to me controls all these things. I don't know. That's my point on it. That's my take on it. I don't know what you think.
Yeah, it's basically what I feel is home advantage.
Yeah.
Yoruba artists have home advantage, and Lagos is whatever that you want to call it, but still home. It's still a Yoruba state, and it is the entertainment state. So all that's being said is that no matter what you do, they're gonna feel you and bump you more in Lagos if you're Yoruba. However, other people have made it in Lagos without having a single speck of Yoruba in them. We can list countless amount of people. So it all boils down to how good is your music, how well do people gravitate towards your music, and it's also great when people have I know when Easterners have this following in the East, and you know, they come down to Lagos and they blow. So at the end of the day, it's like, how great is your music? How great is your following? You can make it. You can make it in Lagos, man. As like they say, if you make it in Lagos, you can make it anywhere. So
yeah. But taking from that Lagos saying, you know how they say it's a New York saying, but we're switching it to Lagos. It's almost the same thing like when rap was heavily New York biased and inspired. You get like you had to be able to like go. You had to go to New York to blow. Pretty much. But again, then everything started like diversifying. Started having like people from the south, you have people from the east, people from the west. So, but one thing was common. These guys all made good music. If you don't make music, there's no amount of tax in this world that can get you to blow. So you guys just, like we say, make good music, tax or not, and people will gravitate towards you and people will fuck with your music. That's it from us from here. So let's get into new songs and albums that we're bumping this week, the ones we want you guys to add to your playlist. I'll start with the hottest song that dropped, the hottest single, or the most buzzing single that's loaded by Tiwa Savage and Ashake. I've already added this one to my playlist. I don't know what people are saying. Most people are saying like Tiwa didn't come correct, but to me, I think she did. And speaking of tax, I think this one has that Ashake tax that will get you spun like December. You know, like when you play one song, play another song in the middle, play another Ashake song, play another Ashake song. So I don't know, it's a cool song to me. So you guys should bump it. I don't know what you think.
You never fuck put your hands in the air. That's pretty much it, man. Like that's the line that kicked it, man. So I find the song. I think the song is madly dope. Yes. It's strictly just running on the Ashake bandwagon, but there's so many people that have had hot features from a hot artist and a song. Yeah. So at the end of the day, the song is dope, the video is dope, Tiwa is looking mad nice. I think the verse is, you know, she was looking mad nice, man. I think the verse was really good. That's Ashake's verse that. But Tiwa's verse, you know, she managed to hang along. So yeah, it's a dope song. So yeah,
dope song, like we said. So also we bumped one demo by Mavins All Stars. To me, this one has that Don Jazzy production vibe. Sounds like Give It To Me now. I don't know, it just sounds like it to me. Like the production was by Andre Vibes. I don't know what I was expecting more from this song, but it's a cool song too. It's one of those songs that, you know, you are going to hear it because of maybe all-star power. But
who did the first verse?
I can't remember. Rema, I think. Rema.
You're joking. No, it can't be Rema that did the first verse.
It has to be Rema. I'm sticking I
believe it. You're not. You're getting it wrong. But that Rema did the first verse. However, I don't know, but whoever did the first verse, I think like sort of like killed the song for me.
I don't want to go and check, but I just want to believe that it's Rema. So we'll come back to this. Continue.
All right, we have to check that. We have to check who did the first verse. But yeah, I think like whoever did the first verse kind of like, you know, didn't pick the song up as good as it should have been. Yeah. But yeah, it's not a song that I would be going back to. However, if the DJ's played it after the first verse, I'll probably dance.
All right, no wahala. Then the return of Malik Berry on my way. Another Berry on these vibes. Nothing really much to say on this one. You know, we've been expecting him to come back for a while now, and he's back. And if you like Malik Berry, you like this one automatically. So it just depends on whether you fuck with this vibe or not.
Really good song. I had it on repeats, probably would say like for 30 minutes. Like, I miss Malik Berry's vibes, and so this was a really good song that I really did fuck with.
Yeah, the one I heard on repeat was Sweet Us by Timaya. I don't know why, because it just has that dancehall Timaya vibe that most people fuck with. True. So Sweet Us by Timaya was my last addition to the playlist. I don't know if you like that one too. Song.
I mean, probably wouldn't make my playlist, but yeah, still
your playlist sucks, man. Your playlist sucks. Anyway, we've given you guys songs to add to your playlist this week. Now, back to the matter. Back to the matter. I think you guys know where I'm going with this. The moment you'll be waiting for, the reason why you're here. More of Let's Go. What do you think?
Wait. Just wait. Okay, can you just wait? I know we want to jump straight into more Less Ego. I know that's what we really want to go with. But I think we should just like go through the other albums first so we can really digest and really like
be like say you don't get like three page notes on more of Less Ego.
I got a couple of things to say, man.
All right. I think we should start with Teslim by Vector. The Energy Still Lives in Me. That's Teslim. The Energy Still Lives in Me by Vector. It was a good one, I think. If you're hip hop head, 16 songs, and to me, you already know what to expect when you listen to Vector. This is like a bar fest, a hip hop head's delight. Again, Vector is spitting. There's a whole lot of features on this one, though. Eriga, Nasty C, Posh, Kuti, Wandeko. Again, I feel like
your boys on this.
Shiva. That's another good song. So I feel like hip hop heads will enjoy this one more than like the casual listener. I don't know what your take on this.
Oh, so that's where it's different for me because I feel like it was more for the casual listener. Like, I mean, the album was playing. I was kind of like, I mean, I liked the song. It was nice vibes. I was just like, man, can you just give me some rap? Track 9 to track 11, those 3 tracks in the middle. Yeah. Oh my God, like that filled me up. That's what I came here for. Like that's what I want. I want bars, man. Give me bars. Clowns, Big Flexa. What's that part 2 with Nasty C?
Yeah,
Mad Jams, Clowns with Ladipo. Ladipo murked. That's like, I love the fact that you can say, oh man, back in the days where you say, oh, this guy was on this track, he killed it. That verse was better. This was that. This is that song. Like, Ho just completely murdered that Clown's verse.
Yeah. And they complemented each other very well.
Yeah, I still like the album a lot. We'll play it probably a couple more times. Yes.
Okay. Not bad. Yeah. So you guys check out Teslim by Vector, another album that dropped. Our neighbor from Ghana, Sarkodie. Jams by Sarkodie. Yeah, and when he meant jams because this is, to me, it's a collection of jams. So it felt like a Sarkodie and Friends album. The album had King Promise, Loje, Joe Boy, Black Sheriff, Buju. Very mid-tempo, very poppy, I'm a piano type vibe. It just felt like good music all around for me. That's how it felt for me. I don't know what your take on this is.
Yeah, so this is basically what the album is. Strictly just jams all through. 1 to 10 is just straight up jams.
Yeah.
The funny part about it is that he had Buju on track 10, and like when I wasn't looking at the track list, I thought he had Buju twice. Because Big Boy sounds like just like a Buju voice. Like as in it was just like Buju for me. But yes, this is how I want like my rap people to do albums. If you know that, okay, you still want to be commercial as well.
Yeah.
Let's have dope beats. Have people sing your hooks, nice hooks.
Yeah.
You can rap where you want to rap. So like this is a nice prototype for, Afrobeat rappers, if you want to put it like that. But yes, this is a really good album.
Okay. So Jams by Sarkodie, another one that dropped. You guys should check it out. Let us know what you think. So we are moving to the album of the moment, More Love, Less Ego. The highly anticipated album. Let me just go first because the way you are talking, people say you don't carry 25 page sheets with pen and paper. You don't cancel this, cancel that. So I really love to hear your thoughts, but let me just go first. First of all, shout out to Wiz for dropping when they said they would drop. Album is highly anticipated. And I say highly anticipated because the last album made in Lagos, whether Tunde likes it or not, is a classic. So the streets wanted to know what the follow-up was going to sound like. Let me just say, this sounds great production-wise, quality stuff. Shout out P Prime, KLP, and of course P2J, who like produced more than half of the album. Vibes wise, to great stuff, but lyrics wise and all the other wise, same old Wizkid for me. I wasn't like wowed by any track at all. But I'm not saying the song. Let me just put it out there. The songs are not trash, but I just wasn't wowed. And at times, to me, it felt like a long song and one flow sometimes. And on the songwriting, you could like predict the next line sometimes. So he will say, Mogbe, you know he's rhyming with Moe. If he says Cocomycin, he's rising with ricin. But that aside, I think I love the features. They did their thing. Some of the high points, some of the songs I liked were Balance, Two Sugar with Ayasta, of course. I love Sip and Slide. I loved Wow with Naira Marley and Skepta. My favorite jam at the moment is Frames. So speaking of Frames, like you can like tell it was properly written because Tewa had his hands in it. So you could tell like this one involved like a seasoned songwriter. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyways, so I feel like the people that are going to enjoy this album are the ones that are just getting into this Wheezy's Afrobeat sound from like MIL. The festival people that just want to vibe. You know, it's melody driven. The lyrics are very easy to digest. You can listen to it on a nice drive or just add it to your sex playlist and just let it play in the background. So I would say if you are here for vibes and sounds, just press play and leave it on. Let it rock. More love, less ego is a sure banker for you. But if you are looking for lyrics like me, just look elsewhere. Go and look at the other popular album that drops this year. But again, good album. I just wasn't like, oh wow, this is so dope. So I'm waiting for you to bring your pen and paper out and let's know what you think.
Okay, so I actually agree with everything you said.
Yeah.
100%, that's exactly how I feel about this album.
Yeah.
However, I'm not a new person, like, you know, welcome to, you know, Wizkid. Like, I've known Wizkid for a while.
Yeah.
The fact that I've known Wizkid for a while, this doesn't do anything for me. Like, it just feels like, okay, and then, like, that's the moment. Like, it's just like, so what else? What's next? Like, it doesn't feel like anything happened. And that's not how you feel like when Wizkid drops an album. So it's like, I would say I was disappointed. Hey, that's just me. You know, kudos to anybody else. But I feel like I was disappointed. And so I just wanted something more. It's so funny that Money and Love, Bad to Me, Two Sugar, Slip and Slide are songs that I like.
These songs sound good on the album.
Yeah. Like, I like those songs, but the other songs in between, like, it just feels like, I don't know, man. It just feels like something was missing. It's just like, I don't know. And I want to say, like, is it rushed? It's not rushed. But it just felt like, I'm sure there are other songs, like, in the bag that could have made the album that didn't. So, I don't know. Did you like MIL?
I
loved MIL. I loved MIL.
So this feels like MIL in a way, or is it just me? It feels obviously not in terms of the execution, in terms of sound.
Yeah, but MIL didn't sound like, so it's different because, okay, if you want to say that it sounds like MIL is totally different from sounds from the other side. Yeah. Exactly. So it was a new vibe thing then. So you were like, okay, this is nice. Everything was brand new to you. Like, everything you felt like was brand new. All those songs were brand new.
Yeah.
All those songs were banging as in then. But now, okay, we've heard MIL, we've moved on. Give us something new. It just felt like there was nothing new.
Again,
now, I don't want to be the one to compare.
Nothing new for us as old Wizkid fans or people that listen and, you know, like, but again, like I said, I feel like it is overseas people, how they're going to put them, they will feel this album because it has everything they are looking for. The vibes are there. So, to be honest, I think the vibes are there. the lyrics are there to just, sing along. So I don't know. That's where I was conflicted. I was like, am I being selfish? Do I want Wizkid to cater to me? Or he has found this new audience, has found this new sound. Should he cater to them? So I don't know if we are being selfish or if we are being selfish, but that's just that. Okay, those were your thoughts, and you kind of like echoed mine too. So I guess we're on the same page with this one in terms of more love, less ego. But do you think this does anything for his legacy? I know it's like a random question.
Exactly. So yeah, that's what I feel like. I feel like this album does nothing for his legacy, right?
It doesn't add to it, doesn't subtract from it, I guess.
Exactly, does nothing. Like this album probably get lost in Wizkid's overall body of work. However, just like
he has 5 projects now. So final question: are you standing behind what you are saying? Because I'm asking because Wizkid has jazz in his music that grows on everybody. So are you standing beside? Okay, give it a score out of 10, so that we'll come back to this 1 year later if we are both wrong, so they can shoot us. So give it a score out of 10,
bro. If I'm giving it a score out of 10, now that's just okay. So I'm giving it a score out of 10 out of Wizkid's body of work. So out of body of work, I'm not giving it a score out of 10 out of this album by itself, because I can't judge the album by itself. I have to judge the artist. I have to judge what he has done. I have to judge what I know he can do. Right? It's like this album doesn't have that one song that would blow and just like be everywhere. It doesn't have that song.
Are you sure?
It doesn't have those songs.
I'm giving it a chance to take it back.
Yeah, I feel like that. See, look, you can force those songs down my throat. It's what that's not asking. Yeah. But I have to compare him to his peers and see what his peers just did currently this year. I'm not going to mention any names, but it's just like it doesn't have that one song or 2 songs that you just feel like, oh my God, this is the song that's going to blow up in December or blow up to summer. It doesn't have that song. It has good songs, but it doesn't just.
Yeah, it has good songs. Yeah, a lot of good vibes.
Wizkid is known for more than that, so I don't know, man. Maybe because I view Wizkid as highly as anybody else, but that's just me. So, with that being said, I would give it a nice. I'm putting it nicely. I'll give it a nice 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. Okay, not bad. I'll give it a nice 6 out of 10. More love, less ego. I know a lot of people are going to feel, different kinds of emotions when you're listening to this album. So to be honest, let us know what you think. Do you like it? Do you think it's a absolute banger? I'm seeing everywhere a lot of people are saying, "Oh, I've not skipped one song. Oh, this is amazing." So it may just be 2 of us that don't have ears. So if this album becomes very special in like a year's time, we'll come back and beg for your apology. So yes, guys,
I'm standing on my word.
Yeah, you stand on your words. Okay. I give you that. Anyways, that's our review of More Love, Less Ego by Wizkid. I'm sure you guys have listened to it by now. Let us know what you think. Use the hashtag Afrobeats Weekly. Tag us. Let's get into some combo. Let's get it moving. So from More Love, Less Ego, we are going into our spotlight of the week. This week, it's a guy called LaRusso. LaRusso is a Ghanaian dancehall reggae artist, and the album we want you guys to listen to is Sounds from the Slums. It's a 7-song project, 20 minutes, very dope melodies. I got sucked in from the first track, and he kept that momentum to the end of the album. So you guys should listen to LaRusso, Sounds from the Slums. I'm sure you listen to it. Should I get anything to add, my brother?
Yo, man, make a way, don't shout, believe and war. Those vibes were really
yes, nice. Sir.
So
yeah,
of the dancehall vibes. I mean, if King Promise and the rest of the Ghanaian guys can pop in and blow up in Nigeria with the Afrobeat sound. Call it. Yeah, I think this is someone else to watch out for. If he just gets a couple of features here and there, that one guy too.
He gonna pop, yeah. La Rousseau sounds from the slums. You guys should check it out. Let us know what you think. So from the spotlight of the week, we are getting into the charts. Turntable Charts brings you the best performing artists and songs. Every week, thousands of songs are tracked across radio and streaming platforms in Nigeria. This week, we have 2 new entries on the top 10. Number 10, let me start from number 10 as usual. Back in Uni, Black Bones and J5 is at number 10. Soweto by Victoria and Tempo at number 9. Making his debut on the top 10 this week is How Are You, My Friend by Johnny Drill. Electricity is coming down to number 7. Philo, Bella Shmurda and Omale, number 6. Joha by Ashake coming down, number 5. And we got a new one. Money and Love by Wizkid at number 4. Rush by Asta staying the same at number 3. Extra Cool by Young John staying the same at number 2. You guessed it, number 1 this week. Last 3 weeks. Kiss Daniel's Puff Odo is the number 1 song in the country this week. And there you have it, guys, the Turntable Chats. So from the Turntable Chats, we are moving to our The 5. And I don't know if it's obvious or not obvious. I went back to listen to a lot of Wizkid. I just put like Wizkid playlist on and I listened to a lot of his songs here and there. So Wizkid has 5 projects now. So I'm going to rank them in order of how I like them, not how you like them. I like them.
Okay, that's perfect. How I like them. Okay, good.
More Love, Less Ego comes in at number 5 for me, and I think Show just explained why. I just explained why too. At number 4 for me, I have Sounds from the Other Side. This was his major label debut. This was very Caribbean and like dancehall influenced. This was him, changing his sound at that time, but a lot of us didn't get it. The album had his like Come Closer with Drake, African Bad Girl with Chris Brown, Daddy Yo. When the album came out in, I think 2017, we just weren't ready. I think it was because it had like different international sounds and it wasn't like cohesive enough, so it didn't like register with critics. Anyway, that comes in at my number 4. And number 3 for me is 2014's Ayo album. This is his second studio album. This album had singles Die, Jaye Jaye, Ojo Elegba, Bombay, Caro. This was his final album before he sound switched. This was the last album before that he sound switched. So at number 2 for me, I have Made in Lagos. The Grammy-nominated Made in Lagos. The record-breaking Made in Lagos. We've seen what this album has done in real time. So let me not even say too much. It's a modern-day classic in my opinion. Made in Lagos is at number 2 for me, which leaves only one album at number 1, which is obviously 2011 Superstar. This was our introduction to Wizkid. Where, we had already heard singles like Holla at Your Boy, Don't Door. So a lot of like music fans wanted to hear what it could do like with the body of work. This album just like transports me back to 2011 when you pop in at your CD and the first thing you hear is Wizzy keep it going there every time the beat drop. Wizzy. So it's a classic album for me. This was the birth of the superstar Wizkid we have today. So that's my The 5 this week, my top 5 Wizkid albums. What you got for us, my G?
Yo, so that was a good list and that was a good order. That was a perfect order.
Yes, sir. It's happy now.
Yeah, you got it. Today, however, I got top 5 Tiwa. Mine is top 5 Tiwa features.
Interesting.
Got loaded on ground. So this is actually probably songs that are not hers. So songs she's featured on. So
yeah.
My list goes with Dorobuchi at number 5.
Classic.
With the Megan Crew. After that, I have Hello Baby. So funny enough, she does do good music with Kiss Daniel.
True.
So I have Noah Holla at number
3. Okay.
And I don't know, people might not like it. People don't really like it, but I was a big fan of Keys to the Kingdom, Mr. Easy, Lion King thingy.
Yeah.
That was a dope feature. And number 1, still the hottest, Tiwa verse, Diets.
That's she came through on that one, man. She came through on that
That's
one.
It.
Absolutely killed it.
That's my top 5.
Yeah, not bad. Not a bad list. Not a bad list on Tiwa features. Not a bad list at all. So there you have it, guys. Our 5s. Let's go to the segments you guys love very much. Eliminate. And today we are going to find out which Malik Berry song is standing. Yes, sir. The year was 2016, 2017. Berry's sound totally dominated with that pom-pom sound wave. I think he had 2 EPs on the run at that time. Last Days of Summer and First Days of Winter. And a couple of single runs. So let me throw it to you this time. You've thrown it to me for the last 2 weeks. So let's go with number, as the first bracket, Juice versus Echo Miami. That's too much.
Juice is winning this.
Juice.
We're not talking. Juice.
All right. The other bracket we have, Let Me Know, and Control. Let Me Know versus Control.
Control is. I'll give Control this.
Control. All right. Let's go with For Me versus Bandits. Bandits. For me, and Bandits.
Let's give it to Bandits.
Bandits
got to take this one. He's got to take this one. If it was with someone else, I would have given it For Me. But yeah, Bandits.
All right, I've been calling versus You Dey Pon My Mind, yeah, You Dey Pon My Mind.
Easy, too easy. On my mind, man. On my mind.
On my mind for you. Okay. So we've got Juice versus Bandits. What you got?
Juice.
Too much juice. All right.
It's too much. The juice is too much.
Pon My Mind versus Control.
Control
for you. So
about Control for me, man.
Okay. So we got the last bracket, Juice versus Control.
It is too much. I feel
like I already know your answer.
It's too much. You know it is too much.
The sauce is too much. The juice is too much.
It's too much, man. Bruh. Too much.
Okay, I think it should have been Juice versus Being Calling for Me, but in the end, I think Juice should have just nicked it a bit.
No, man. Juice still wins that, man.
Yeah, Juice still wins that, man. Yeah, that was a hell of a run by Malik that time, man. Just came, segued into music, left that. I'm the dope producer. Just, you know what, I can also sing, I can also give you guys vibe. Totally dominated. That sound was like his. There was this, I don't know how to put it, but that was a very good year, 2016, 2017.
Yeah, man, it's so crazy. Like, I always wonder how you have a chokehold on something and then you just simmer down and just go that's what kind of separates, some of these the greats from others. However, you could just be you were just, trying to maybe something personal in your life, or you were just trying to find something.
Or find a new sound. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, it's glad. So
there you have it, guys. Juice is the last song standing on Malik Berry's Eliminate. And with that, we've come to the end of the show. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Afrobeats Weekly. We hope you enjoyed it. New episode of the podcast drops every Monday. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your pod from. We would love to hear from you. Use the hashtag Afrobeats Weekly. Also, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Afrobeats Pod. We'll catch you in the next episode. Goodbye, guys.